What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of MCE Made Easy. Ooh, doesn't it have a nice ring to it? That's what we're gonna start calling the series. So yeah, well, no more about that. In the last episode, we went over something. I kind of forgot. It may have been plastic. It may have been food. I did a little bit of weird stuff with the editing, so I'm not 100% sure. But in today's video, we're going to be going over how to automate the collection of ores and various things of that nature, so you never have to mine again. Call me NMA Young Boy, never mine again. That's right, baby. That's the name of the game, is automation. So there's a couple ways we can do this. There's at Buildcraft, and they have a quarry, but that quarry sucks. And I wanted to look at you and tell you that in your eyes, in your face, so you look me in the eye. That quarry sucks. Sorry to whoever built that mod. You know, I'm sure you put a lot of work into it. It's trash. So what we're actually going to look for is the builder, and I believe it's by RF Tools. Yes, it is. So you're going to want to get yourself one of these, and let's grab it real quick. Builder. And there's apparently a lot of builders in here. Let's kind of scroll until we see the right one. Here we go. So we need a builder, and then we're going to need a shape card. Now, shape cards are interesting because there's a lot of different options. So as you can see here, we have shape card quarry, and that is going to be the one we're going to use, and it's probably going to be the first one you get access to. But don't forget, you've got all of these options here. So there's the silk quarry, and this is going to basically, whatever your stuff is mining, it's going to silk touch pickaxe it. So you're going to get a lot of like interesting ores that you wouldn't have got before. There's the fortune quarry that is, as you would expect, going to mine like a fortune. There's the clearing quarry, and what this will do is clear out an area. It has its niche uses. Gosh, I can't talk today. But the reason I like this quarry so much is because it fills your earth back in with dirt. So like the main issue I have with the Buildcraft quarry, besides the fact that it's weird to set up, it's like a weird multi-block structure, is that it leaves a giant hole in your ground, and it's ugly. Like, who wants to see a big old giant eyesore? Unless you're into that sort of thing and you have like a quarry section of your map set up and you want to see like, look at everything we mined. But me personally, I'm just interested in auto ores. So yeah, clearing quarry will clear an area, and that could help with terraforming and stuff. I've used it before. And then you have all of these respective ones. There's also pumps, and you can use this to like collect lava or water or any sort of liquid that you want to pump up. So shape card and the builder, and then we're going to need to connect it to a power grid. For the sake of this video, I'm going to take a creative power plug, and I will say it's no slouch. This thing sucks up a lot of power, so if you're going to be using it, make sure you have like an intense freaking grid set up, because it is pretty intensive. So let's just find a spot over here. We'll plop her down, and I'll show you how to config this. So this should just auto import power to it, right? Yeah, so it's just going to get power. Then transfer rate, I want max output to be like over 9,000. It's already over 9,000. Can we do like 9,99999? What? Is 5,000 the max? Can we not do 600,000? Wow, okay, well, looks like we're stuck there. Anyway, we want a lot of power. That's the gist of it. You need a lot of power in this bad boy. So redstone mode on to activate. No, we just want this to be ignored. Okay, so how the shape card works. You got your shape card, shift and right click your quarry. Now, what I like to do is you can hit F9 and kind of check out your chunk borders here. And I like to go a chunk at a time. So the cool thing about this setup is you can mine from wherever in the world. Like, I could fly 1,000 blocks that way, select my 2 points, and it will mine it despite the distance. And the more power you get, the more you can kind of go up. I mean, technically you could just pick whatever you want right now, because it pulls power based off of how hard the thing it's mining is. So technically the size of your area that you're mining isn't limited by power, it's more so limited by your storage setup. And some pro tips really quick. Let's get ourselves a magma. I'm a little slow. a little slow when it comes to spelling. So a magma cube pet, I'm in creative, so it doesn't matter for me. But this thing gives us fire resistance. You can walk on lava and you can sink in lava. That's key. That's key. That's a big key. And it eats quartz, so we're gonna give it some quartz to munch on. Yeah, he's gonna be happy about that. The way this works is if you have your pet in your hotbar, I believe he needs to be in your hotbar to work. And you have his food. His food can be in your inventory, but you can't access it. Then you will have access to his special trait. And the reason I like this is because when we're down here mining, if you dig straight down, you can sometimes run into a cave, you can sometimes run into a lava pool, and that will kill you. So that's no good. And we have to dig down to select our secondary spot here. So, oh Lord, I almost made a big mistake. Let's get some bedrock. I've got my keybinds a little weird right now because I'm testing out new stuff, so I can't just middle mouse click. But basically, we come here, and then I like to go one block up, and we will right click our second location. So now these settings are copied. What I normally do is just /home, but for the sake of the tutorial, we could just fly. We could fly, baby. Creative mode. And you can hit F9 to hide your chunk borders. Now you come over here and you want to right click your shape card on the builder. And that's going to put it in here, and you got a couple of options. So I like to go into this, and it's going to show you exactly how many blocks we're mining. So 16,128 blocks, that's huge. You can mess with these, but I have found that I always jack something up with the offset. The dimensions, 16 by 16 is obviously understandable. It's the 16 by 16 chunk, and this is the depth. It's gonna go down that much. Offset is weird. I don't mess with it. What we do mess with is void. So let's say, you know, I've got plenty of cobblestone. I don't want it to mine stone. I've got plenty of cobblestone. If it finds like a generated structure down there that has cobblestone, we can block that out. Dirt. I like to keep gravel and sand, and these aren't really a problem in the overworld. So we've voided everything we want to void. We can hit escape and then start. So that is going to start, and it's going to give us an issue, right? It should give us an issue because it has no storage. So yeah, not enough room or no usable storage on top or below. So what we'll do is take a storage crate, and I'm going to go for a large one in this case, and you pop that sucker right up on top, and now it's going to pump items into here. The best way I've found is to have some sort of item conduit running out the back of this on extract, and you can send it off to wherever your storage system is. It can get a little weird, like you'll have to put your storage, you can't like pump it directly into your network itself. What you can do is kind of have like an input crate somewhere, and then you pump everything into that input crate, but I don't know if it like actually evenly filters everything out. So I just kind of have my own separate storage usually for my auto miner, and then I send it to its respective area. But if we go over here and we see where we're mining, everything is getting replaced by dirt. So as far down as it has mined, it is replacing it all with dirt, and we can see it going here. We hear it. Oh man, it's going so quick, and it's replacing it all with dirt. So there's not a giant hole in our world, and that, my friends, is nice. That is nice. It's like you would never even know this chunk just got completely wrecked by our auto miner, and it's collecting all of our ores that we would otherwise have to go down in the mines and get ourselves like peasantry, like plebeians. Yeah, I don't know, I'm getting a little carried away here. But so that is how you set up the quarry, and since this video should be pretty short, we're only going over one thing. I'll go ahead and go over how to like automate the whole system. So we get ourselves a redstone furnace and a pulverizer. We'll just go ahead and set these up like so, and again, the setup is really up to you. You can kind of do your own thing, but we want to have output chests up here on top. Boom. And so the main issue that you're going to have is kind of moving these items. So we'll just look into conduits. You're going to want ender conduits for this. So I like to use the item conduits. There we go. And item filters. So this is why we like the ender system, because you can use the filters. And I guess the other ones have filters. I don't know. Maybe I'm coping. Maybe I'm just a fanboy for ender IO. Could be it. It could be it. So we're going to have this one not touching at all. This one is extract, always active. And actually, oh, we may have just messed up. It's gonna start just pumping random stuff into these, ain't it? Okay, no, perfect. So let's say we have a couple of ores here, right? Let's say our gold, our silver, lead, iron, whatever ores you want. Let's say you need coal to be ground up for certain alloys. Just gonna grab everything that we think needs to be crushed up and reintroduced to society. So you'll set up your filter, and I'm only gonna do one for the example, but this is gonna make it to where once we have everything running properly, I did 2 of those. It's only going to accept those respective ores into this system. So we're gonna have to config this. We want the back to be input. We want the top to be output. Everything else, disable it so nothing gets messed up. Set up auto input. Cool. And then we want this one, the bottom, to be input. Off, 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 top to be output. So that should all be working smoothly. And now we're going to need to power this system. So, whoa. What's going on here? What are my configs? Oh, these are the wrong ones. I'm tweaking. We didn't set this side up, but this one should be a good enough example. Let's get some energy conduit. Use the basic version for now. And we want to run energy over to these machines. So that is gonna be perfect. Now we just make sure we have all of this set up, so always active, and then we want our item conduit to be always active, insert. Perfect. And now this system should be running. So you can set up as many of these as you want if you want to increase the speed, but if you have this set up, you have the chunk loaded, or you have someone standing around base, you're going to be in the area, this should just eventually get around to it. And you can throw all of this in here, and whatever we have on the filter down here, eventually an ingot or a pulverized coal will end up in that top output chest. So that's how you can automate this, and you can put it in a wall and make it look nice, and you won't see all your wiring, or you can do it quick and dirty like we have here in the middle of our world. It's really all up to you, but that is how we will automate ores and stuff like that. And the only thing you'll really need to do until you get a full-on storage system set up is kind of come out and clear things, get you know what you need and put it into your system via remote, or you know, taking it over back and forth and back and forth. But that is going to do it for today's episode, ladies and gents. I hope you did enjoy it, or learned something, and if you did, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you can come back and get more knowledge, beautiful, amazing knowledge. You can watch our Let's Plays where we're having tons of fun. And yeah, I hope y'all have a great rest of y'all's day. Peace.